Hey there, my name's Ian with Footpath Marketing. In this video, I'm going to explain how you track conversions, so the actual goal you want somebody to take with Google Adwords. Now, we're focusing on offline local businesses here for this example, but the same would apply if you have an e-commerce store or you're generating leads or something like that online and not looking to actually get a phone call. So our example here, we're looking at an optometrist, an eyeglasses store, and they're trying to generate leads or conversions rather for people who want to get an eye exam. So we're in their account. We've got a few different ad groups here. If you're not familiar with how this stuff is all set up, check out our channel. There'll be some other videos there for how that works. But really what we're concerned with here is conversions, right? So a conversion for this particular business, like I said, is someone who submits a form and books an eye exam or calls. So let's look at how you do that. So up here in AdWords, you click the little wrench. And what we're going to do, I'm zoomed in a little bit here so it doesn't actually show it. They will back out, so we'll go conversions. It's going to bring up a few things. There's two ways to do conversions with AdWords. You can set them up right in AdWords, as we've got some of them here, or you can do what we've done here. You can import them from Google Analytics. So we're going to talk about that in just a moment. So here we've got two different call goals or call conversions. The first one is an ad extension call. So let me show you what that looks like. So if we go eye exam in Dartmouth, Nova Scotia, we're going to bring up this client's ad, and we're not mobile, so it actually doesn't show us here. But see this phone number in the ad below us here? We don't show it on desktop. On mobile, what this would show is we would have a phone number right here for them to click to call, right? So that would be what is considered an ad extension call. For us, it's only on mobile ads because we know people when they search mobile are more likely to click the phone number. People are less likely to click the phone number in a desktop ad and actually convert that way. They're more likely to go to the website, which is what this is here, a website call. So with Google AdWords, what you're able to do is you can create a goal in here. If you go plus, we want to say we want to create phone calls. I'm going to back out a little bit. Calls from ads using an extension, that's the one I showed you previously, or calls to a number on our website. We would say calls to a number on our website. Click continue. We can call what it is, test call, right? What is this? It's going to be a lead. It could be a sign up, a sale. Other we're going to call it a lead. What's each call worth? I recommend you enter a value here because AdWords takes this into consideration when they're trying to optimize your campaign for conversions. So this is how I go about doing this. If I say 1 in 3 calls books an appointment, and an appointment is worth $100, then I'm going to say each call is worth $33 because 1 in 3 generally books, right? How many conversions do you want to count? We're going to say every one. And what's the call length? This is important. I usually leave it at 60 seconds. If you drop it to 10 or 15 seconds, it could be a hang up or a voice message, and that's not a guaranteed conversion. And then a 30-day window is fair, and depending on how you want to track your ads, the attribution model, this is how do they attribute the click. We usually go last click. That means if they were to our site before and they saw us on Facebook, then they saw an AdWords ad, they clicked it, and then called, that's the last click. We use that attribution model. So what we would do then is, we backed out of it there, we would actually click create that conversion. So let's go through it really quickly again. Phone number on website, continue, and what AdWords is going to do is give us a little bit of code that spits out. Let's click create and continue that we would have to put on our site. So first we give them the phone number that we want to convert. We have to give it exactly as it appears on the site. So if there's dashes, parentheses, however that might be. And then you'll click back up here. Create snippet. Creates this little bit of code, right? So you can follow through with this. I won't go through the whole tutorial on how to do it. This is exactly how it gets done, though. You have to add this code. Now, there's another way you can track calls through AdWords. I'm going to show you in a minute, but that's the first premise, okay? So that's how you can track calls. A lot of people don't realize you can do that. I'm actually going to remove that because we don't want that in our conversion actions. Now, the other thing is if there's a page on your website, the easiest way to do this, so this is the site in question. When you click book eye exam now, it takes you to a simple page where there's a form. And when you click that, when you fill out that form and click book, you're sent to a thank you page. Now, in Google Analytics, that's what we're looking at now. What you can do is you can actually create a goal. So down here, we click on admin. We come over here to goals right here. We've got a goal set up for when people submit that form. So eye exam request. If I click on this, I'll show you how it's set up. So we've got goal, we've got a custom goal. The description is eye exam request. The type of goals, they reach a destination page. That's what we want. So the goal is achieved when a visitor reaches a certain page. And then we look at the details here, and the details are simple. It's when someone reaches the page that begins with thank you, which is the page they end up on after they submit this form, it's a goal, right? And when we verify this, we see that about 4.5% of the people in the last 7 days have achieved that goal. Once you create that goal in analytics, you can actually import it into AdWords. So if we click the same plus here, you'll see that you can import right here. Where can you import from? Google Analytics. Continue. Now I've already got it imported. There's nothing here, right? If it wasn't, we'd be able to click it and import that goal. Those are the two ways that make it really easy for local businesses to actually track conversions, track goals inside AdWords, bringing in your analytics goals and setting up call tracking. Now, a third way to track calls, which in some ways is more useful, is using a platform called CallRail. Now, this is a paid platform, but you're able to get local numbers for your local city and swap them out on your website when people come to your site from AdWords. So let me explain how that works. We've got an example account open here. This is a hotel. And what we've got here, you'll see AdWords pool, right? Under tracking, we've got 4 numbers. So here's what happens. When someone clicks an ad, one of our AdWords ads, there's a piece of code on the client's site, and it detects that the visitor came from AdWords, and it swaps all the numbers on the site for one of the 4 numbers that are in this pool. I think that's why we call it a pool. Why is it a pool of numbers rather than just one? The reason for that is because more than one person could be on the site at a time, and we can't show them all the same number. Otherwise, we can't track who clicked what ad and who's from what campaign. So what happens here is down here, here are our numbers. These are all the numbers we want to swap with. If any of these numbers are on the website, we want to swap it for this toll-free. We've got 4 numbers, and we want anybody who's from AdWords. So everybody who comes from Google AdWords, we want to swap the numbers for. And then basically 2 things happen. It sends a goal into Google Analytics, like I showed you in the previous section, but you can also directly connect to Google AdWords, right? So what you're able to do is track calls as conversions. So if you do it this way, you'll show up with conversions inside here from CallRail. Okay, so the 3 ways you can track calls, you can track web forms, you can do phone tracking directly through AdWords, you can do phone tracking through a third-party call tracking platform like CallRail. You can also set up goals inside analytics. Now I know that's a lot of stuff to digest in a short period of time, and which brings me to, I guess, my closing point. We set up AdWords campaigns. We manage them with some really cool software that we use in-house, and also help set up the proper goals and all that good stuff to make sure that your campaigns for your business are driving results. That's what we do at Footpath Marketing. So if this video was of interest, check out the other videos on our channel. Also check out the link in the description below to learn more about how we help local businesses do AdWords successfully. Thanks for watching, and have a great day.